NASA struggles to contain a super volcano that could destroy all of humanity. The end of the world looks different for everyone. A giant matter, liquefying the globe. Nuclear warfare, or even aliens diving down and squeezing off a few laser blasts top of the most productive lists. No one truly has the answers, except of maybe a few NASA engineers whose sole focus was all things catastrophe. When Brian Wilcox joined the NASA Advisory Council on Planetary Defense, the mission led before him was simple: find the realistic way to the world, find the realistic ways the world might end, and then stop them from happening. He never could have predicted where his research would taken him. At first, his job mostly entailed drawing up schemes to prevent Earth from getting smashed with an asteroid or comet, none of which involved a Bruce Willis Armageddon situation. But because of his research, Brian's attention and worries turned away from space debris. What really started to concern Brian was Yellowstone National Park, the 3,500 square miles stretch of rivers, canyons, forests, and sites like Old Faithful that draws tourists from all over the world. Beneath the debris, trouble was brewing. 5 miles under the surface is a pool of magma with access to the surface. In layman's terms, it's a volcano, but because it holds on much explosive potential, scientists classify it as super volcano, one of 20 on the planet. I came to the conclusion during that study, Brian, who eventually transferred to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, said. The supervolcano created is substantially greater than the asteroid or comet crater. When diving into the possibilities, it's easy to see why. Every 100,000 years or so, a supervolcano erupts, and Yellowstone's, according to the doomsday experts, could potentially be due. Throughout history, it's burst 3 times, about once every 600,000 years. It's been about that long since the last blast. Of course, eruption models aren't exactly a precise science, but because we are at the 600,000 years mark doesn't guarantee another magma blast. But Brian, focused on doomsday, couldn't ignore the potential devastation of an explosion. 3 feet or age could blank states like Wyoming, Colorado, Montana, and Idaho. Atmospheric cooling would induce a volcanic winter, wiping out crops and making it impossible to grow more. Food reserves, according to the United Nations, would run out 74 days later. After studying the destructive potential, NASA scientists were left scratching their heads. The chances of such a devastating eruption were low. Sure, but they wouldn't They couldn't sit around fingers crossed. They couldn't sit around fingers crossed, hoping the odds were in humanity's favor.